Aside from prosecuting crimes, a state attorney can change lives. You're listening to The Wrap from Central Florida Public Media. I'm Brendan Byrne. Two candidates are on Tuesday's primary ballot for the 9th Judicial Circuit state attorney race that serves Orange and Osceola counties. Aside from prosecuting crimes, criminal defense lawyer Richard Hornsby is hoping the next state attorney is better at communication and leadership.
What's important is that we elect somebody that's going to put in the administrative policies and procedures.
Central Florida Public Media's Marian Summerall reports on why people believe it's time to get beyond politics and bring the focus back to people. That's ahead on The Wrap, the big stories this week from Central Florida Public Media. But first, these headlines. Orlando City Council has passed an ordinance limiting where new nightclubs can be built. As Central Florida Public Media's Luis Alfredo Garcia reports, nightclubs in downtown Orlando will now follow rules similar to those seen in cities like Miami and West Palm Beach.
Orlando City Council unanimously voted on a rule that says nightclubs built in downtown's entertainment area must now be 300 feet apart from each other. Nightclubs already established are grandfathered in, but face other restrictions like the inability to expand or close for more than 6 months. Should a venue shut down longer, it either has to cease operations permanently or ask City Council for more time. With 48 nightclubs within a 12-block span, Interim City Commissioner Shan Rose said the purpose of the ordinance is to help support resident safety and expand business opportunities.
So what we're doing is we're not allowing nightclubs. We are saying nightclubs are welcome, but what we're asking is that individuals who are trying to open nightclubs downtown consider the other 48 blocks that are in downtown. Thank you.
The restrictions will begin September 21st and replace an existing moratorium on nightclubs downtown. Luis Alfredo Garcia, Central Florida Public Media.
Orange County residents will now have a second charter amendment to vote on in November, which would give the Board of County Commissioners power when approving annexed rural lands. Central Florida Public Media's Joe Mario Pedersen reports the ballot amendment would allow commissioners to approve annexations of land by a municipality. A majority vote plus one commissioner must occur to carry out such annexation.
Orange County Commissioners unanimously passed the exclusive method for voluntary annexations amendment. It came after commissioners passed a similar amendment last month. Both amendments came after the city of Orlando earlier this year annexed a large part of land in the southeast part of Orange County. The ballot amendments drew attention from residents, including Hal Coates, who says the battle over development in the rural county is not over and that residents should get to vote.
And frankly, we don't want the city of Orlando to come in through the back door and annihilate our way of life, our community. And we're counting on you to support us. The battle's not over, and this is the big one that counts.
Orange County residents will get the chance to vote on the amendment on November 5th. Joe Mario Pedersen, Central Florida Public Media.
Orlando Health is seeking to buy 3 hospitals in Brevard and Indian River counties as part of the bankruptcy of hospital operator Steward Healthcare. Central Florida Public Media's Joe Burns has more.
In the proposed agreement, Orlando Health would pay nearly $440 million in cash for the 3 hospitals, according to the News Service of Florida. Those hospitals are Melbourne Regional Medical Center and Rockledge Regional Medical Center in Brevard County and Sebastian River Medical Center in Indian River County. The amount could be adjusted based on a series of factors. Orlando Health is what is known in bankruptcy cases as a stalking horse bidder that sets an initial bid. Other potential buyers have until August 26th to submit bids. Dallas-based Steward Healthcare filed for Chapter 11 bankruptcy in May. The company also has 5 other hospitals in Miami-Dade and Broward counties. Joe Burns, Central Florida Public Media.
Find more local, national, and international stories on our website, cfpublic.org. Florida's primary is Tuesday. This year, journalists here at Central Florida Public Media and at our public media partners across the state have put together a voting guide to help you decide who gets your vote. Want to know who's funding a candidate? Have questions about a candidate's stance on issues important to you? We've asked. See their answers on our voter guide at cfpublic.org. Two of the 4 candidates hoping to become the next state attorney for the 9th Judicial Circuit are on the ballot for next week's primary election. The position covers both Orange and Osceola counties and serves about 1.9 million residents. As Central Florida Public Media's Marian Summerall reports, some are hoping to move beyond the politics of this race and onto what they really believe is at stake: people's lives.
So in order to get beyond the politics, that's actually where we're going to start, by addressing the elephant in the room.
Prosecutors have a duty to faithfully enforce the law. One's political agenda cannot trump this solemn duty.
That was the sound from the press event Governor Ron DeSantis held after removing former state attorney Monique Worrell from office last year, accusing her of neglecting her duty and not prosecuting more crimes. In her place, DeSantis put the current state attorney Andrew Bain, a former Orange County judge. While both Bain, no party affiliation, and Worrell, a Democrat, are already on November's ballot because they don't face a challenger in the primary, Republican voters in Orange and Osceola counties on Tuesday will choose between two Republicans. One of the candidates is Thomas Fighter, an Army veteran and a former prosecutor who currently owns a criminal defense law firm. In a YouTube video posted to his page, he says he's running to ensure
a culture where every prosecutor is properly equipped and trained in enforcing our laws with the highest level of ethics and integrity.
His opponent, Seth Hyman, has a very similar background. He's a former assistant state attorney and a criminal defense attorney. He worked under two former state attorneys, Jeffrey Ashton and Aramis Ayala, but he was fired from his position. If elected, he says his goal is simple.
I'm running because I want to protect our community.
While there are more eyes on this race because of the politics surrounding it, for Desmond Meade, it goes much deeper. Meade is a 2021 MacArthur Genius Grant winner and founder of the Florida Rights Restoration Coalition. He also spent 15 years behind bars and now works to create a better reentry path for people leaving prison. But what if so many people didn't end up there to begin with?
If I could have a state attorney that could prevent somebody from breaking into my car, I'd rather have that type of state attorney than a state attorney that's going to prosecute somebody after they broke into my car.
Meade says the state attorney's ideas around crime and rule of law are crucial, not only when it comes to diversion programs after someone has committed a crime, but also prevention and supporting programs that keep young people especially on the right track. Attorney Richard Hornsby says the counties need consistency in the office, as well as someone who's a good communicator. Hornsby worked as an assistant public defender for the 9th Judicial Circuit from 2000 to 2005.
When you have consistency, you can properly advise people on how their cases are likely to resolve.
Hornsby also says it's important to elect someone who prosecutes and resolves cases quickly, efficiently, and fairly, something he says he hasn't seen with the past several state attorneys.
If they don't have a good working relationship, the criminal justice system can kind of grind to a halt.
Early voting is currently underway for Tuesday's primary election, where either Thomas Fighter or Seth Hyman will be chosen to face off in November against incumbent Andrew Bain and suspended state attorney Monique Worrell. Marion Summerall, Central Florida Public Media.
That's it for The Wrap this week. This podcast is produced by Central Florida Public Media, with assistance from News Director Latoya Dennis and Digital Director Ryan Ellison. I'm Brendan Byrne. This is The Wrap.